Right. On both grades, we have y equals 2 to the power x. And we are supposed to draw y equals 2x, 2 to the power x, plus 1. And here, we are supposed to draw y equals 2 to the power x plus 1. So the x plus 1, they are all powers. This one, the plus 1 is not a power. So, set the calculator right and see if you can get your numbers right. If you set the calculators wrong, you will always get the wrong answer. So the first one will give you this, and so on. Let's plot. Join with a smooth curve. Right. Do you notice something? What can you say about these graphs? Compare the red line to the blue line. Okay, let's talk about it. The first thing is that x-axis is the asymptote for the red line. So what do you think will be the asymptote for the blue line? Y equals 1. Because x-axis is y equals 0. So this one, the asymptote will have to change to y equals 1. The reason is that we are adding plus 1 to the original function, 2 to the power x. That's why the asymptote moves from y equals 0 to y equals 1. So there's a new asymptote. Secondly, look at what is happening. Just look at the arrows. Each coordinate point is shifting up 1 unit. Each coordinate point shifting up 1 unit. All because we are still adding 1 to the original function, 2 to the power x. So we can say there's a vertical shift upward by 1 unit. Vertical shift upward by 1 unit. So we can make general conclusion that when you have a function y equals 2 to the power x, when you add 4, each point will move 4 units up, and that asymptote line will also move to 4. That's what I want you to understand. So you have to always start with the original one, then you will be able to know where the new one will be in terms of transformation. If it is 2x minus 5, then each point from 2 to the power x will move down 5 points. Each point will move down 5 points. And the asymptote will move to -5. Y equals -5. Now let's see what happens here. Work out your values first. Let's check. Now let's plot. Okay. Now for this one, you see that there's no change in asymptote. They will all get closest to the x-axis, or they will all get closest to the y equals 0 line. So there's no change in asymptote. But if you look carefully, each point is moving 1 unit to the left, 1 unit to the left. So we can say this is a horizontal shift to the left by 1 unit. Why? Because the power is x plus 1. So it's the plus 1 that's causing it to move 1 unit to the left. So they work in the opposite direction. Plus 1 means 1 unit to the left. Plus 4 means 4 units to the left. Minus 5 means 5 units to the right. That's how it works. So when it's a power, it's a shift, horizontal shift. When it's not a power, it's a vertical shift. So it could be positive, it could be negative. That's up or down. So just take note of that.